went to Dubai, Oman, India, and traveled literally for a month at a time. The reason why I'm able to do that, and I was able to do that back in the day, was because I'd set it up.
Yes, I'm on my, yes, I'm on my.
This one's going to be a fun one, as you can see. Got a little art going on here for you. I'm not the greatest artist in the world. The art that I like to do is teach you guys how to make money. And how to do that, building an agency. Now, what we're going to talk about is lifestyle versus in-house. And what we're going to be touching on is the two types of businesses and how far you can take them. If you're going to build a lifestyle business and you want to be in the beaches of Bali or Thailand or Mexico, it doesn't matter. You can be traveling the world in Europe. We're going to be teaching you how to do that, and as well as how to build an in-house agency to where I am today, and to kind of tell you my stories. One thing I'm going to touch on is the difference. Then we're going to be touching on my path that I started off when I started off with the lifestyle and I transitioned into the in-house one and how that came out to be. And then as well as what we're going to be talking about is the benefits between the two. We're going to kind of hit the benefits and the drawbacks on both of them when we go through the first part of it. It's just like why there's two types, and then choosing your path and just stick to it. At some point you can make a difference. You can go from one way to the other. I usually suggest going lifestyle first if you really wanted to, and then kind of going in-house. But sometimes you can go the other way, build an in-house, and then eventually decide to take off lifestyle. So let's kind of get right into it. So lifestyle versus in-house. I went from making a lot of money in sales and to letting all of that go, and then trying to get an agency moving with zero help or zero mentorship, really. And that's part of the reason why I called this program the Agency Mentorships, because I had none, and I want to kind of fill that void for you so that you don't have to kind of go through that. That being said, what I ended up doing after that is when I got my agency moving, I kind of got to the 10K a month mark, I got to the $15,000 a month mark, and then from there I realized, okay, I've done this, I want to go take off, and I want to go travel. I've just gotten married recently, so literally my wife and I made a little pact with each other, and we just took off. One of the first trips we did was Australia, and then after that we took off and went to Dubai, Oman, India, and traveled literally for a month at a time. Whenever we take off for a month at a time, and it's because of this business. And the reason why I'm able to do that was because I had set it up. So I picked a niche that I really enjoyed working with, and then I just knew that when I was traveling that I could be able to manage those clients when I was gone. At the point where I was at around $15,000 a month in business. However, that $15,000 a month in business was kind of the cap. Maybe you get into about $20,000 a month with clients, because you end up in a situation where you have time zones that are kind of, your opposite time zones depending on where your clients are. If you end up selling clients in the time zone that you're moving to, it's probably the smartest way to do it, but I didn't really do that at that point. So like when I was traveling in Australia and, my majority of my clients were in the US and Canada, a lot of the times I was working the opposite time zones. However, it gave me the flexibility to do really whatever I wanted, because all I needed was my laptop, and then I could be anywhere in the world at that point in time. So that was the lifestyle part of my business, and the path between the two. So I did that for a decent amount of time. We did Australia, we did Bali, we've done Hong Kong, we've done the Dominican. Fast forward from that lifestyle business, we started getting a lot of demand at the agency for the results that we were doing, for the results that we were building, clients that we were just absolutely hitting it out the park with. And then what we realized was, okay, it's time to buckle down and transition to building an in-house agency. And the reason why I was able to do that is because of the team that I ended up putting together. Now, when you decide to go lifestyle, the one thing you got to remember is it's the services that you provide, and then the clients a lot of the times, maybe a VA or so, because you don't really want too many people on your team. You want to be able to try and keep as much profit in your company as you possibly can. And when you hire an assistant or a VA and outsource all the entire fulfillment of it, you start to realize the number one thing that you got to do is just make sure these clients are getting results. That's it. So you just got to make sure you're managing it and communicating and delivering on what you're going to sell. Fast forward to that, I went from doing the lifestyle thing, I came back and then decided, okay, it's time to build an in-house agency. We started hiring people, brought on a COO in the company, brought on multiple account managers, and since then we've been able to scale crazy. Okay, now the biggest thing there is you want to make sure that your systems are on point, how to onboard clients, how to make sure that you're telling them exactly what they should be expecting, and then they expect that and nothing else. Okay, well, I learned that the hard way, because a lot of times clients would just think that, oh, he's not traveling now, I could probably ask him for more things and he'll probably just do it. No, because at the end of the day, you got to draw that line, and that's kind of where it comes down to. So once you get to the in-house part of the agency, you got to make sure you have an operations system put together. You have to make sure you have a sales team put together. You have to make sure you have a back-end fulfillment team put together, or you could still be outsourcing it. I know guys today doing a couple $100,000 a month. Their entire agency is, all they have in-house right now is themselves, the sales team, and the operations team, and then on the back end, the fulfillment side of the Facebook ads and everything else that they run is completely outsourced from there. So the benefits of it, like I said, the benefits of running a lifestyle agency, you can be anywhere in the world. It doesn't really matter where you are or what you are doing, as long as you're communicating and delivering. That is really the drawbacks of that. Now, the drawbacks of that is you are more than likely on opposite time zones. You have a cap really to where you can take it to. I've seen friends in the industry try to get to that $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a month mark business. However, what usually ends up happening for them is you end up overloading yourself. You end up having to come home just to be able to get caught up, and it kind of puts you into the spiral of doing it. Now, the whole point of a lifestyle business is you want to enjoy your lifestyle. You're not building a business to exit. You're building a business to enjoy a lifestyle, whether it's with your significant other, depending on how old you are, and you just want to kind of have some fun and figure out what you're doing, and then kind of take it from there. So that's the drawbacks and the benefits for that one. Now, the benefits for building an in-house agency and getting an office, getting everything else sorted like we are right now, is what you end up doing is you end up being able to scale to literally however big you want to get to. It doesn't really matter as long as your systems are there. Once you get to that point, you got to make sure that you're hiring the right people. You make sure that they're getting trained, and make sure that your delivery is on point, because the more people you get, the more clients you get, the more your delivery has to be absolutely pristine. And if you do not focus on delivery for your clients, no one's going to want to refer you to their friends, and that's the easiest way to get sales. So that's the benefits of that. Now, the drawbacks of that, like I said, is you do have a lot more expenses. You do have a lot more people to manage. You've got payroll and everything else like that. So when it comes down to that, what you've got to understand is, between the two, they're both amazing. I've done them both. I love them both. Right now we're in the in-house agency. I do some, at the end of the day, doesn't mean you can't take off at times, but when I take off, a lot of the times I got to make sure the team's being managed. Even while I'm away, I'm still making sure the team's being managed, and the operations people are making sure that things are getting done, clients are getting fulfilled. Versus when you're a lifestyle agency, you can just choose you, and like I said, another VA to kind of help communications and everything else. So, just figure out what you want to do, figure out who you want to attract, figure out what type of business you want to build, because it doesn't matter which way you pick. Neither one is right, neither one is wrong. It all comes down to how you want to build your agency, how you want to build your business. So what I want you to do after this is choose the lifestyle or in-house. Put it in the comments, put it in the group, and look forward to answering any of your questions. If you have any questions, put them below. There's a lot of content coming, guys, and I look forward to seeing you.